Hi guys, happy Monday. Just a short video today because your rough draft is due on Friday by your usual class time, and I want to give you some time to look at digital forum examples and also do some individual work on your digital forums. Last week I showed you an example on child participation in reality television. You can find that here on our ELMS module, digital forum example number 1. I've also put up another example here, which is on clickbait versus journalism. Neither of these are perfect, okay, but they each have some really admirable qualities and can give you a better idea of what a digital forum should look like. For today's video, we're going to take a look at the second example, so I'll pull it up here. One thing to know is that usually and I'm not sure if it's because of my browser, but there's typically an image here. This may look slightly different for you at home. Okay, so just a heads up there. The first thing that I want you to notice is the arrangement of the website. So however you choose to set up your site, it's important that your audience can easily access all of the pages and that all of your links are working. You don't want any broken links on your website, okay? So you can see that we have a clear about page, then these stakeholder pages, there's 3 of them and each one is titled with something relevant to that stakeholder. And then we have the scholarship page, which is the required reading list. So all of the components are here, okay? The second thing that I want you to notice when you're looking through this website is, and we'll pull this up, the author is hyperlinking to outside sources. So because the digital forum is more of a popular assignment, meaning it's a website and not a formal paper, you don't need a formal works cited page. This is not a license to use information without attributing it, and you still need to quote when it's appropriate and also indicate anything on the website that isn't yours, okay? So you still need to reference in some way, but you don't need a formal works cited page. You can do that if you feel more comfortable with that, but another way to cite information is to hyperlink your sources. So anytime that you use a source, you're just being clear about where you're getting that information and you're putting a link to it, okay? So you'll get a better idea of what that looks like as you go through this example. You'll also notice that when you click through everything, when you get to the required reading page, this still needs MLA citations. So that's a component of the digital forum assignment, is that the required reading page, you're providing those 5 scholarly sources, citations for the sources, and then an annotation that describes what that source is, okay? Finally, and this part's going to lead us into today's activity, take a look at the visual components of the website. So each of the stakeholder pages and also the about page has images on it. And these are illustrating the topic and the perspective of the stakeholders. So as you click through, you'll notice that this author isn't going crazy with the images. You don't want to distract your readers by putting too many on a page, but 1 or 2 per page can be really helpful and just make your website look more interesting too. You're not putting images for the sake of putting images, so they need to be relevant to what you're talking about. They need to be, representative of your stakeholders, okay? You also need to make sure that you're citing these images. So this person put it at the bottom of the page. I'd recommend that if you're able to, you put it just directly underneath the image, and it's enough to say image courtesy of, and then wherever you're getting it, okay? So on to today's assignment. Your task is twofold. The first thing is that I'd like you to go through this example more thoroughly, and using the criteria from the grading rubric, which you can find here, Digital Forum Grading Rubric, you should evaluate the author's work. So you're assigning it a grade and then writing a paragraph pointing out things that it's doing well and areas for improvement. This should be about 250 words, and you'll post it to the discussion board here. In addition to that, I'd like you to set a timer for 10 or so minutes and try to find 5 suitable images for your digital forum. So do some research online. These should be images related to your topic and stakeholders, which you would feel that they would add to your website in some way. You'll grab the links for these and put them in your discussion board post along with that paragraph on clickbait versus journalism. Nothing is set in stone here, so you don't have to use the images that you find during today's class in your final draft of your digital forum, but because the deadline is fast approaching, I want to get you started on this part of your website. That's it for today. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions, and otherwise I'll talk to you on Wednesday.